You have all seen my $6,000 house. What I haven't talked about much is what came with that, which is my shed. And today, I'm going to show you inside the shed and do a quick run through. Let's go check it out. And I've got to say, my shed has a better view than my house. I really should put a window in up here so I can see this back here. And the whole shed fit out thing and making this space work for me is next on the agenda. Happy travels!
Hi, I'm Matt Guy, and I bought this beautiful $6,000 house in the deep snow country of Myokokogen in Japan, 10 minutes away from some of the best ski resorts in the country. This is my property renovation and lifestyle series, where I'll be teaching you how to do the same thing that I'm doing. Or you can just follow along if you want to see my journey. I've also traveled extensively through Japan and have visited all 47 prefectures in the country. I've hiked some of the highest peaks and been to countless numbers of ski resorts. You can check my Instagram for more adventures too, at im.macguy. Thanks for subscribing and for your support. Happy travels!
The shed is pretty big for what it is. It's got a bit of a narrow entry because of this bar on the right side, but it has this extra door which makes it convenient. When it comes to trying to fit my car, it doesn't fit so well, which is why I made that parking space. However, it's great for a smaller car. Inside is a bit of a mess right now, but you can see some of my toys, a lot of the tools I've been using. That's a stand-up paddleboard up there. Just my stuff in general is all over the place. Some stuff from inside the house is still here, and some of the wood supplies are still here. This is what I'm using right now. I have no system to keep this tidy right now, which is what I'm going to be looking at doing next. But it's a solid built shed for what it is. I mean, it's concrete all around on the base level here, the foundation. And the shed, the construction of the shed is honestly built better than my house, really. It's super solid. You can see the floor joists up here are spaced so closely, which means this would get so much load. It would have so much load bearing on this. It's like 1 foot, 30 centimeter intervals with the joists. It's kind of over engineered, and that is really cool. It means I can put something upstairs. And it's great. There's some stuff here that's useful that's been left behind. Some of the painting stuff came with it, the weed killer. Some of the tools and equipment was already here when I got the place. So I haven't had to buy everything. And some snow removal stuff. It's been handy. Chains for the tires. A lot of wasted space. Not much thought gone into how this stuff has been arranged. That's where I need to step up and figure out a system here. I'm aware I have some expensive stuff in here, bicycles, tools, that kind of thing. This place is locked up for those people who are going to comment to say, oh, don't show your stuff. This place will be locked up. And I'm buying a camera very soon. Now, when I first moved in, it came with this sketchy ladder. Behind the ladder that you see, I'll move that over for us in a second here. So that ladder over the back there, just like handmade, 2 nails in each step, each rung. This is just like a handmade wooden ladder. Super sketchy, but it actually works, and I do like this ladder. Probably more than this ladder. You can see my climbing rope there. I do a bit of exercise. Okay, let's go up the ladder and see what's upstairs. All right. This is a mess as well. Yeah. Okay. And this is the second level. It is hot today. We're in summer. It is hot. It's still hot. I'm going to flip it around so you can see what's inside the shed. And here it is. A lot of this stuff has been left behind. So on the left side, these are all of the shutters that you would put over the windows. And as an example, you can see these kind of rungs that would hold planks in place, and that's to stop the snow from collapsing in the window. And those pieces are up here in various areas. So I have lots of extra wood supplies up here. I need to arrange this. It's on the list. And just my extra few winter things over here. But a lot of this is related to winter and winterizing the property, as these would be window coverings. A lot of this stuff was just stuff that was up here. This desk here, that was here. A few extra pieces. These are some of the shoji doors, the sliding doors that came with the house. I took out, especially for summer, but even winter I leave it out. They did have a piano upstairs before, and that they just kind of left this chair behind. And some extra storage things here. You can see on the construction on the roof here, it's built well to handle this heavy snowfall. And we've basically got like a massive tree that's been installed on the roof space. Yeah, pretty cool. Very solid. If I have any kind of natural disaster, this is the building that I want to be in. There's no insulation out here. It doesn't need to be right now. And there's also no electricity. That's something I need to figure out. But otherwise, there's a lot of potential with this space. So this is the first video I'm making related to the shed. And it's the start of thinking about what I'll use this for. Right now, I'm going to focus on the practical side, which is storage. On the first floor, I'll be installing some shelving and a workbench. I really need to put things into order. The guy that lived here before had a lot of extra furniture and just kind of used any shelving and bookshelves to make it work for him. And that does work. But I want to make this really easy to walk in here and find stuff. There is a lot of extra things that you find living in the countryside, number one, and also living in the snow country. So a lot of the winterizing stuff, winterizing the property, does stack up extra things that you need for different seasons. I also have to think about the gardening equipment, the building stuff, and all the extra wood, nails, screws. It's like the old school way of keeping those extra bits and pieces that you find in the countryside property. And then this is obviously that way down. So it's a big opening. I'm probably going to install some rungs on the wall there, just in case I don't have the ladder for whatever reason. And I just want to climb up the wall, Spider-Man style. I will have that. And I actually use this rope for exercise, but also I just use it to hold as well for safety when I come up the ladder. Because it is a bit of a drop. It's about a 3-meter drop or 12, 13 feet drop to the bottom. That's quite a nice ceiling height for both up and down. And I am, like I said, it would be awesome to install some windows on this wall and on this wall to get a view if I end up using this space for anything besides a shed. Let's head back down to the ground floor. Like all of this wood here was left behind. I want to use this for when I build things, and I got like big slabs of timber over here. That'd be a great kitchen counter or something. And this wood is not cheap if I wanted to buy something like that. I've got like a barbell over here. Then on the outside of the shed, it is in good condition. It probably needs to be painted, and to be painted, it would first need an oil-based undercoat to prevent any rust. This is a metal shed, and the roof is also could use with a coat of paint. And you can see these big rungs here where the wood would go through to protect the snow from collapsing in the door. But I'm in and out of here during winter, so it's not any issue at all. My land finishes here, so I can use right up until this space here. And around the back of the shed, I've just put some old pots here. My neighbor's house is really awesome. It's like a brand new house. And I got this nice concrete feature wall in the garden to stop the snow falling. And my snow, like talking about that, would fall. It falls directly off of the roof here when I push it off and straight down here. So this is my snow storage. Something you always have to think about living in a huge snow country. Where is your snow going? You can definitely imagine some windows up here. Because when I turn back around this way, this is the view. It's so beautiful with that old ski field up there. Just overall, the countryside of Japan. It's just so pretty. And even my shed has potential for a view. And this is the ladder that accesses the roof there when I need to clear the snow. Also do with a bit of maintenance for painting. Overall in great condition. And around the side, just come around that back side. Yeah, a lot of potential for this space. Just a few extra things that I need to clear up around here too that I haven't had time to get to. Now, if I was watching this video right now, I'd be like, Matt, please go on top of the shed, go up that ladder and show us what's on top. So I'm going to help those people that are like me satisfy the need to see what's on top of the shed by going up the ladder and showing you what's up there. But first, I have to put the trucks into sports mode. And yeah, I'm wearing Crocs with socks. Crocs with socks. Judging me for the Crocs, and now you can judge me for the Crocs with socks. Let's go up. For those curious about how to get up from here, I just do the jumpy thing and use the wall to kick up and get up onto the ladder, like so. Yep, I did just set up the camera, climb up, go back down and get the camera again. And now I'm back at the top of the shed. Here it is, pretty basic. This is a common roof that you'll find in this area and in Japan, where the snow is retained on the roof. You can see these bars that go across. That will hold the snow in place. You can see my neighbors is like that too. The sushi restaurant here. Yeah, I've mentioned it before. I'm not entirely sure if it's a rule because of where I live as to how my snow falls down off of the roof, because I've got to think about people driving by and not crushing them. But then I look around and see other people have changed their roof style, and it looks like they'll crush people as they walk by. So I don't know if that's a standard that's changed in the last few years. I have no plans right now to change the shape of my roof. It's just going to be too much hassle, too much money, and I'm okay right now with clearing it and looking at other alternatives than changing the design for the time being. The roof is in pretty good condition, but it does need to be painted. It hasn't been painted for a while. I didn't do it last season like I did my other one behind me, the white roof. This needs to be done. So if you look down here, so there is some rust coming through on the roof. I'll hit this with some oil-based paint this season to maintain the metal roof. Won't be an issue. I'm happy to get up here and just bring this in with some a coat of paint. So like I said, when you look around, you start seeing roofs with the same system where they're retaining the snow on the roof. This one as well down here. And that one's been upgraded on the right side there in the middle now. That's been upgraded. That one over there also retains on the top. So everyone has to clear those ones as well over the back. Everyone has to clear the snow off the roof themselves. Even that big one up there, that new one up there, has that system. And there's another one back there. They're everywhere. So it's a pretty common feature to that one up there too, to have to take your own snow off the roof here. And I keep mentioning it, but again, the views from the shed behind me. And behind me is that abandoned ski field right in the center now. How awesome is this? I should get like a table and chairs and just bring it up here, flatten out the roof even more, and enjoy the views from here. You cannot see it right now because of the cloud coverage, but over there, beyond that roof, are the ski fields for Myoko Kogen. You can probably just make out the Akakura on the right side. Ikino Taira is more towards the left. Just flip that around so you can have a slightly better view, but the cloud coverage isn't helping to see Myoko, which is up there. Myoko Mountain. Mount Myoko, Myoko-san. That right there is an abandoned hotel. Straight ahead, they would have incredible views. That's what I was just pointing at. That's what those windows are facing, towards the mountain. Okay, let's climb back down the ladder. Yay! How does my shed or garage compare to others in the neighborhood? Let me show you a couple, but you'll find that generally my type of shed is the most common found, at least in where I live. You'll find this style that has the self-shedding roof, and the snow will just slide on down either side of this one, so it's self-shedding. This is a pretty good shape, but there's kind of limited size at the top on this style. This one here is concrete, and it could possibly be the best design because that slab of concrete on the top is going to hold all the snow. You don't need to worry about where that goes. You don't need to heat it. You don't need to remove it. It's all going to stay there for the season, and you can kind of just live your life without having to worry about it at all. Same with this one here. It's a block shed. And the one to the right, this will also be solid because it is steel. But that will, as you can see, that's starting to rust through. So block and concrete is where it's at, but we don't see a lot of these around actually. The more expensive version and what's becoming more common these days is to have that first floor made out of concrete, as you can see the one behind me. And that's for your parking, your snow removal equipment, all of your stuff. It's a shed, it's a garage. So you end up with a pretty big house like this, or like that one over there, where the first ground floor is concrete and above that is the living space. So the below is the storage, car, whatever, and the living space up top. This style is definitely the most convenient because you're not clearing two spaces and you've got a place, you don't have to clear two driveways either, or pathway and driveway. This is the way to go. This shed is very similar to my design. However, it's maybe a little more narrow, as you can see on the door there, and much taller. But this one has only just been completed recently, which means these designs are still a popular option. You won't see this too often, but there are people that do have carports as well. And you can see those rungs on the side there to put the planks of wood or plastic to keep that blown snow out. And in general, that carport design is pretty heavy design with a solid roof to be able to handle that heavy snow. And you got another one here, and they've got a storage shed beside it here. But you will see most people will prefer to have this ground floor for storage, for parking. Yeah, it's a common feature of this area in Japan. Well, this is my shed. And if you have any ideas for what I might use for this space, especially on the second floor up there, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll take it into consideration. I'm not sure exactly what to do with that right now, but I'm looking for a few options to make something interesting work. I can definitely imagine some sort of like playful space up there. So throw some suggestions in there. Would love to hear what you think about it. Stay tuned for the shed renovations. Happy travels! Happy travels!